Hey everyone, it's Whitney from Butch Talk, she, her pronouns here, coming at you with a brand new video. Alright, so today I wanted to tackle pronouns. In some of my other videos I might have mentioned it in passing or kind of briefly touched the topic, but I don't think I've really gone into depth of the importance of knowing people's pronouns. So when I say pronouns, I mean how you talk about someone or how you'd address someone. For me, I prefer she, her pronouns. That's just what I've always felt comfortable with. I haven't really deterred from that. As time goes on and I learn more about myself and I learn more about, and maybe as I change in how I present, I might decide that I want different pronouns to be used. But for now, she, her is perfect for me. There are other pronouns out there like he, him. There's also they, them, which is the more neutral pronoun. There's also sie and here and thon. And there's a lot of options out there, and it might be really overwhelming to figure out not only what works for you, like picking pronouns for yourself, but also I can understand how it might be overwhelming to figure out what other people's pronouns are. So the next part of this is asking. I would say majority of my life, I haven't asked what people's pronouns are. I've just gone about my day and assumed pronouns on people, and for the most part, I would say maybe 95% of the time, I'm right. But 5% of the time, I've made people really uncomfortable by assuming their pronouns. And you might think, well, for the most part, you're doing fine, so what's the big deal? This is the big deal. Those 5%, those people, if I keep assuming the wrong pronouns, probably are never going to be my friends, and they're probably not going to be somebody that actually feels comfortable around me. And I'm not the type of person that wants to go about my life making people feel bad about themselves or making them feel uncomfortable. That's just, that feels gross to me. Like, why would I intentionally go about my day once I'm aware that I'm doing something like that? Why would I intentionally continue making people feel bad about themselves or addressing them incorrectly? It just doesn't make any sense to me. There's still probably going to be some people that are skeptical out there about, well, why do I have to ask, or why is this a big deal? Like, the majority of people just use like she, her, or he and him. Well, let's go over some pros and cons of asking. We can start with the con. It takes work. It does. It takes work to condition yourself to ask people what their pronouns are instead of assuming. It took me a lot of effort, and it still takes effort for me to ask. I still find myself assuming, and it's something that I'm working on and attempting to just make something that's natural for me to do. So yes, it takes work, which in some people's mind would be a downfall of asking. Another con would be that maybe it makes you feel really uncomfortable to ask what people's pronouns are. So at first, when I first started asking, oh yeah, nice to meet you. By the way, what pronouns do you use? I felt really insecure and uncomfortable and felt like that was a really intimate question that I was asking, and I had just met these people, and like, why would I even do that? And a pro of asking is that you can be certain then how people like to be addressed. So even though it does take work, the work pays off when you ask. So a pro would be that there's a lot of respect there. You're respecting the people around you, and you're respecting who they are and how they like to be addressed. Another pro to asking is that it does get easier to ask. So for the first little bit, it might be uncomfortable. You might feel like, yeah, I'm so nervous to do this. But then you just become this like asking machine, and you just ask new people that all the time. And you know what's great about that? The majority of the people that I've asked have been so glad that I've asked. And I've made some friends just from asking pronouns. They're like, if you cared enough to like say that to me or ask me that right away, like, you probably are a pretty awesome person and you care about others. So I've made some friends from that. Like, what's not a pro about that? In addition to your thoughts on pronouns, I would also like to know your pronouns that you use. So write in the comments below what pronouns you use, and that way when I respond to your comments and messages, I use the correct pronouns for you. I have a challenge for you all this week. Occasionally I've done that in other videos, and my challenge to you is to try asking what someone's pronouns are once this week. Also let me know in the comments below how it goes. Alright, I hope you all have a good week, and I will come at you with a new video soon. Bye!